Hey guys, Karibo Bros here, another deck profile. Today we're doing Dark Magician. If you've watched the video earlier, I put a video of this Dark Magician deck profile against my mate's Blue Eyes deck. It went on for a while. It took us 5 attempts to record, and yeah. But anyway, so we're playing 40. We've got the 40 card main deck and the 15 card extra deck. We'll go through the deck and yeah. So obviously it's a Dark Magician deck, so we need to play 3 copies of the Dark Magician. We play 1 copy of the new sexy artwork and 2 of the original. I just didn't bother to find the new artwork, otherwise I would have played 3 of that.
So lazy.
In pretty much. Played 2 copies of Magician of Dark Illusion. This card, you tend to special summon it from your deck once you special summon Dark Magician from your hand by playing Magician's Navigation. Also, this card has an effect when during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap card, you can special this card from your hand. So it's got a second effect. If you activate a spell or trap card effect while this card is face up on the field, you can target 1 Dark Magician in your graveyard and special summon it. So you can special summon itself, and then you can special summon the Dark Magician from your graveyard. It's pretty versatile. 2's good, 3 tends to be a brick. Play 3 copies of Magician's Rod. This card's the add of your deck. You normal summon it, you get to add a spell or trap card that lists Dark Magician and its text. Yeah, if this card's in the graveyard, you contribute 1 spellcaster type monster, add this card back to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. Don't really tend to use the second effect often, if at all, ever. But it's, like I said, the added deck, so you play 3, deck thinning is deck winning. Play 3 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. This was the super expensive card when it first came out in the Jump promo, and then it got a reprint in the Legendary decks. You can special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 card. And then you can add a Dark Magician from your... Sorry, is it add a Dark Magician? Yeah, then you can add 1 Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. During the battle phase, if a Dark Spellcaster type monster battles an opponent's monster, you can discard this card from your hand, and that Dark Spellcaster monster gains 2,000 attack. So it's basically like the Honest of the deck, so it's a hand trap as well as a special summon and an add. We play Spellbook Engine for consistency and draw power, so we play 2 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. This card is normal summoned or flipped up, add 1 Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. Play the 1 Palladium Oracle Mahad because you do draw quite often in this deck, and if you do draw this card, you can special summon it from your hand. It's got 2,500 attack, it's another level 7, helps either to link, exceed, or even synchro. Also, if this card battles an opponent's Dark Monster during damage calculation, the attack of this card doubles to 5,000. Very useful for getting over cards such as Chaos Max Dragon, seeing as we can't make Utopia of the Lightning in this deck. Onto the hand traps, play 3 copies of Ghost Ogre. Would play 3 copies of Ash, but I don't have it. Play 2 copies of Effect Veiler. I like playing Effect Veiler simply because if I did play Ash, these 2 Effect Veilers would be the Ogre, but because I'm playing on a budget, it's 2 Effect Veilers. The thing is with Dark Magician, you can always play Cherries as the hand trap, the one that targets cards in your opponent's extra deck and banish them. Or sorry, either banishes them or sends them to grave, or they can't use them. Because you don't tend to use the extra deck an awful lot in this deck, so there is a lot of free space. So Cherries is another viable card for this deck. Onto the spells, we play 3 Dark Magic Circle. When this card is activated, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and you can either add 1 Dark Magician or a spell or trap card that lists Dark Magician in its text from your deck to your hand. Then the other 2 cards you get to put back on the top of your deck in any order you like. So you get to stack your deck however you want, and you get to add. Also, if a Dark Magician is special summoned to your side of the field while this card is on the field, you get to target an opponent's... is it monster, I believe? Yeah, you get to target an opponent's monster and banish it. Oh, sorry, just 1 card your opponent controls. You get to target a card your opponent controls and banish it. You only get to use each effect of this card once per turn. Play 2 Spellbook of Secrets, so you can add this card off Blue Boy. This card literally just adds any Spellbook card from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. So it helps the deck thin, which helps deck win.
Is that going to be our motto from now on? Deck winning is
deck thinning is deck winning. I'd like to say it's my motto, but I got it from Luke, and I'm fairly sure Luke got it from another YouTube channel. So, yeah. We play the 2...
We call copyrights on the
we play the 2 copies of Spellbook of Knowledge. You can either send to the graveyard 1 spellcaster type monster you control, or discard a spellcaster type monster from your hand and draw 2 cards. So play Blue Boy, add Secrets, activate Secrets, add this. Either send Blue Boy to the graveyard or any spellcaster in your hand or on field and draw 2. Play 2 Pot of Desires because more draw power. Could play 3 in this deck. I just like playing 2 as a number in this. Now we go into the one-offs. The one Dark Magic attack because it's searchable, and when you're playing against decks where your opponent sets 3 to 5 cards, it's beautiful to just get rid of. If you look at the game, the match that I put up earlier between my Blue Eyes and my Dark Magician deck and Joe's Blue Eyes deck, this card came in clutch. Play one copy of the Itemize. Some decks don't play this card at all. I like to play it simply because it's the Itemize and it's the Dark Magician deck. Basically, just send this and Dark Magician to the graveyard to either bring out Amulet Dragon, Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, or Dark Paladin. Play one Illusion Magic. I'm debating whether to take this to 2. Tribute one spellcaster type monster tribute one spellcaster type monster you control, and add up to 2 copies of Dark Magician from your deck to your hand.
Do you want a glass of water, Nathan?
Quite possibly, Joe. You can only activate this card once per turn. The final one of is, of course, Monster Reborn. I've got a super ultra rare Monster Reborn at home.
Super awesome
mega ultra reborn at home, but we're playing this janky common for now. Yeah, we have to play this in every deck because we have to. Onto the trap cards, you play 3 Magician's Navigation. You activate this card, you can summon a Dark Magician from your hand, and then you can summon a level 7 or lower spellcaster type monster from your deck to your side of the field. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target one face-up spell and trap card your opponent controls. Its effects are negated until the end of this turn. We play 3 copies of Eternal Soul. Eternal Soul is quite cool. Every Dark Magician in your monster zone is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. However, if this card leaves the field, you destroy all monsters you control, which is a pain in the arse, but at the same time, you need to play this card at 3. As it's a trap card, you can use the effects during either player's turn. So during either player's turn, you can special summon a Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard. Also, you can add one Dark Magic attack or 1,000 knives from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 effect per turn, so you get to add or special summon. Onto the one-offs, we play 1 Skill Drain because we run vanillas, and quite often in this deck you are going to attack with vanillas. And again, this card comes in clutch in the video. It was Dark Magician versus Blue Eyes. Summon Maiden. I get rid of the effects. Anyway, last trap card, we play 1 Solemn Warning. 2,000 life points to negate the special summon of a monster or the activation of a spell or trap card that would special summon a monster. And you could replace this with Judgment. I just liked having 1 instead because it's 2,000 life points instead of half. Half could usually be less than 2,000, but I just like warning, so that's my reasoning behind that. Onto the extra deck. 1 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Yeah, this card's name becomes Dark Magician while it's on the field. Your opponent cannot target set spell and trap cards you control with card effects. Also, you cannot destroy. They cannot destroy your spells and traps with card effects. Play the 1 copy of Amulet Dragon. Probably wouldn't play this card if I had cherries because it's not that great. It's just a 2,900 attack beat. Beat stick. You can banish spells from any number of spell cards from your graveyard to increase this card's attack by 100. Yeah, and if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one spellcaster type monster from your graveyard. 1 Dark Paladin. Again, you don't even need to play this in the deck. It's good against dragon matchups, which makes me think, why didn't I play this when I played against Blue Eyes? Yeah, just gains 500 attack for each.
Looks like why didn't you use Monster Reborn Blue Eyes? Alternative.
You got a very good point. Anyway, gains attack points for dragons in field and grave. Hierophant of Prophecy. 2 level 7s. Once per turn, detach and exceed material. Pop any cards on the field up to the number of spellbook spell cards in your graveyard. So maximum you can have 4, so you get 4 pops. 1 Illusion Magician. You can also use a rank 6 spellcaster type monster as a material for this. Yeah, where you can when a normal magician type monster attacks while this card's on the field, you can detach 1 exceed material from this and pop a card your opponent controls. Aben High Magician. Again, 2 level 7 spellcaster type monsters. Yeah, while this card is on the field, you can activate quick play spells and traps from your hand in your opponent's turn by detaching a material from this. If this card is destroyed by battle and card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 dark type spellcaster type monster from your hand or deck. Then if you do, destroy 1 card on the field. Play the 1 number 74 Master Blades, again 2 level 7s. During each player's turn, when a card or card effect is activated, the target to this face-up card, you can attach 1 exceed material from it, negate and destroy. And then you can destroy 1 card on the field. Play 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. He's 2,600. He produces tokens that can protect himself. You can use the tokens to link. Yeah, he's another rank 7, so why not play it? Play 1 copy of Big Eye. Big Eye, steel cards, it's always good. Onto the synchros, we play 1 Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. It's just you can make level 8 synchros in this deck, but it does require you to use your level 1 effect Veiler Tuner. It's just there for versatility and because we have the space. Same reason why Leo's there. He's a level 10. You can use Dark Magician and a Ghost Ogre to make it. It's just a 3/1 big beat stick and he can't be targeted apart from main phase 2. Onto the links. 1 Underclock Taker because he's a generic link 2 with a down arrow. Has an effect where you can reduce your opponent's monster's attacks. Proxy Dragon, if you ever, I don't know, maybe if you have Draco Sack on the field, you get rid of Draco Sack, use the 2 tokens to make this. I don't know, it's just versatility again. Decode Talker because we can make it, protect stuff. And finally, I brought the card for 30 quid, so I'm going to stick it in as many deck profiles as I can. Yeah, Yugioh, Skull Dread. Yeah, he gets different effects per the different amount of name monsters you use to make him. If you use 4 different name monsters, you draw 4 cards and send 3 to the bottom of your deck, go +1. He's got other effects, but you won't use them that much. That's the deck profile, guys. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe.